Okay, for my army list, I am using a themed force today, a scouting force, hoping to kick off a little mini narrative campaign, a test to see if you can kind of do that despite playing random opponents. So, starting off, I've got Illic Nightspear leading a squad of Pathfinders. They are upgraded. I've got 10 Striking Scorpions led by an Exarch, a full squadron of Vipers with dual Shuriken cannons, a unit of Warp Spiders led by an Exarch with a rifle, the Strength 6 AP-1 Spinneret rifle, couldn't remember the name of it. Squadron of Warwalkers, all with dual Bright Lances, a 9-strong squad of Guardian Jetbikes led by a Warlock, a Nightwing converted from a Dark Eldar Razorwing.
Just doing a recon, well, not even a recon force really, just like a support column of Ultramarines. Just start at this end. Elite's going to have them running with my Warlord. Vanguard Veterans with Lord Executioner model as my captain. Unit of Scouts with sniper rifles. Outriders for the force. And Land Speeder Storm. My Librarian, he's going to be running with the Devastators. For fast attack, I've got an assault squad with 2 Flamers running in Rhino. Troops, 2 tactical squads, 1 just bolt guns and a multi-melter running in Rhino, and another one with heavy bolter and flamer. And heavy support, I've got Devastator squad, 4 missile launchers with flak running in Razorback, and a Vindicator, and didn't have any points left for Siege Shield, so probably going to kill itself. Alright.
This is mission 4 on the Maelstrom of War missions, and as you can see, my Scorpions infiltrated up to the center of the board. His scouts have infiltrated to the back of my deployment zone with their land speeder. And then I have a unit of Warwalkers that are hiding behind that building. Illic is bravely alone at the top of this tower. And then the Marine Armored Column is set up here in a great little line, so it looks like we're bumped into each other. The units that are piled up at the back of the board here are actually in their transports. That's just the way of remembering who's in what transport.
Turn 1, just the Assault Marine Rhino has just run up 12 inches. My first tactical squad, their Rhino, just running up, getting up to the objectives. Vindicators just moved up. A few shots from that squad. Did nothing. Command squad and, well, Commander and Vanguard Veterans moving up. Other squad moving up, just getting near some objectives. And Devastators did nothing. And Scouts that infiltrated, firing at the Striking Scorpions and did nothing. Okay.
So really both of us have had a kind of embarrassing first turn. Illic, who rolled a 1 initially and then thankfully hit on the reroll, did shoot at the Vindicator because there was nothing better for him to shoot at, and managed to do nothing. My 6 Bright Lances all shot at the Vindicator, and despite getting 5 hits, I only caused 2 glances because I rolled horribly. And you made a cover save, so yeah. Really just 1 stock. Other than that, my Striking Scorpions went to ground last turn to get that 2-and-up cover save from shooting, and that's it. I'm just trying to hold out. At least I will actually get a chance to get to roll for reserves. You didn't completely wipe me before I got to do that.
Okay, second turn, thought I'd done a little bit better. Thought I managed to kill a Striking Scorpion, but turns out they're hitting on 4s, not 3s. So stupid me. So thought I'd killed 1, nothing. Tactical squad moving up, just hoping to sort of stop Dan from doing anything too sneaky when he comes on from reserve. Vindicator, sort of nice behind cover. Tactical squad holding objective 2. Assault squad going after the Warlord. Hopefully next turn get to assault and not die. And Devastator's still hiding in the building, doing bugger all, and Librarian cast Fire Shield on my command squad, well, on my commander and his unit. And yeah, that's about it.
You'll see here that the Striking Scorpions have lost their Exarch. They shot at this unit along with the help of the Vipers, managed to put a couple wounds on them, and when they got into combat, the Exarch challenged, and out of 4 attacks managed to hit 1 time, and at strength 5 with rerolls to wound, I rolled a 2 both times, so I did absolutely nothing to his master, who did take 1 wound from shooting. So he's probably about to chew through the rest of that Scorpion squad on his own. There really isn't too much I can do about it, except hope he doesn't hit. The jet bikes here have actually wiped out the scout unit that was there, which netted me first blood.
Yep.
And that was nice. The speeder's still there, though. I haven't done anything to it. These are the Vipers that helped shoot at the command unit. As you can see, the Nightwing is still off the table because it was the only unit that didn't come on. The Warwalkers actually got me 2 points this turn. They got me 1 for having objective 4, and then they got me 1 because they finished off the Vindicator. Illic's friends deep struck, and they managed to kill off 1 Marine with their Shuriken pistols. He managed to kill off a heavy bolter Marine, and that's pretty much that. There's still 1 Flamer left in that unit, because he was amazing with his armor saves for once. And despite putting, 10 wounds?
Yeah.
I think he only suffered 1, which was just amazing.
So this is the end of my turn 3. So far, my captain is slowly working his way through the Striking Scorpions. The rest of the Vanguard are all dead. Tacticals jumped out, fired 1,000 shots into the jet bikes, did nothing. Multi-melter even managed to hit, but Jinx saved. Tactical squad did nothing to the Warwalkers, and my assault squad got in combat with the Warp Spiders. 1 combat, and they stayed so locked in. That's about it.
Alright, at the bottom of turn 3, the Vipers, which took some damage last turn from the Devastators, managed to score 2 points because I had 2 objective 1 cards for Maelstrom. And the Striking Scorpions are still in combat with the captain. I'm going to consider that a huge win that they weren't slaughtered, because he hit, but he actually duffed his rolls to wound. He got 2 ones. And he also rolled a 1 on his armor save from Mandablasters, so he took another wound. He's down to 1. It's a tight combat. This poor tactical squad here took the full brunt of that Guardian jet bike unit. All the shooting compiled wiped out 8 Marines, and they broke and moved back, but they auto-regrouped at the start of this turn. This unit of Marines took a torrent of firepower from the Rangers and the Nightwing and the Warwalkers, and they're down to just 3. They did not break, but they're down to just 3. And in this combat, because most of our assaults have been ridiculously pitiful, no one can really do much of anything. I didn't even hit this turn, and he only managed 3 wounds. I saved 2. Perfect odds on that. So on to turn 4.
Okay. Well, actually, after that one, secure objective 3.
Oh.
Alright, so got another objective. But alright, at the moment, Razorback and Landspeeder Storm just moving up, sort of chasing after the Viper jet bikes, trying to do some damage. I've got my captain slowly making his way through the Striking Scorpions at 1 a turn. Devastators still hiding away, Librarian still holding on, trying to keep the captain alive. Tactical squad, which just before was down to 2, attempted to charge the Warwalkers and were overwatched to death. The other tactical squad, which was here, is now in combat with the Warwalkers, not doing very well. And my Soul Marines have finally gotten rid of the Warp Spiders, And yeah, so now then you target the Warlord.
Okay, my Guardian jet bikes moved up here and helped evaporate a large portion of the assault squad, which is down to 2 guys. Another one was killed by the Rangers firing. The Warwalkers and Tactical Marines kind of stood there hitting each other, or not hitting each other rather. In a stunning move, the Vipers captured another spot that was worth 2 victory points. They've now tallied up 4 for me, making them quite probably the MVPs, which I originally thought was going to go to the Warwalkers. Sadly, the Scorpions broke. The Master kicked the crap out of him, and now he is free to do as he will. And there isn't much I can do about him, despite the fact that he has 1 wound. He's got at least 1 turn to get somewhere, so I can't shoot him in the next turn. And combined shooting, the Nightwing managed to kill off this Rhino, and then the Vipers went flat out to capture that objective for my turn.
Okay, starting this end. Going after the Warlord with 2 mighty assault marines. Tried to charge, failed. Rhino just sitting there dying. Fired off from my Devastators, used up my Devastator doctrine so I could move them and shoot them, no snapshots. Only managed 2 hits and jinked its way out of them all, out of 1 pen and 1 glance. The Tactical Marines still kicking away with their little toes at the Warwalkers, neither are doing anything. Land Speeder took another objective, and around this side charged into the last 2 remaining striking Scorpions with my captain and didn't hit once. So yeah, hopefully I can kill the squad.
At the bottom of turn 5, we managed to kill off that assault unit that had poured out of that Rhino with mixed fire from the Rangers and the jet bikes. The Warwalkers are still locked in combat. The Nightwing, with its snapshots, managed to kill off the Librarian that had been standing out in the open trying to get back in range to either take an objective or cast his powers again. And the Captain, who had charged into combat against the Scorpions, ended up getting killed by a Manda Blaster. So that's actually how he lost 2 of his wounds. Absurd as that. And the Viper scored yet another objective point.
And hopefully preparing for the end of the game to hold Linebreaker. At least, maybe, hopefully, score back some points. Have weapon destroyed this Viper, trying to destroy it. Nothing happened. Devastators, once again, firing at the Nightwing, doing no damage. And that's about it, really. The combat goes on, with 2 Marines refusing to die and refusing to do any damage to the Warwalkers. And now it's just holding objectives with tanks.
Just following my captain.
Alrighty.
Captain died, so
This turn I blew up one of the Rhinos.
sorry, the Mandible.
The Nightwing managed to do nothing, primarily because it was snap firing, and then because the 1 penetrating hit it got didn't penetrate. The Scorpions did nothing to the Speeder. The Speeder did have to make jinx from a penetrating hit and a glance, and it made both of them, so it's perfectly fine and happy. And that's pretty much it. Let's see if the game continues. On to a final turn 7. Yes. All right, let's do it.
All right. There's not really much to say. At the moment, really, all I have left is my Devastator squad hiding in the building. Land Speeder trying to get to the last objective, didn't make it. Consolation, if he doesn't blow it up, I have Linebreaker as well. That's about it.
This is the end of the game here. I managed to take objectives 4 right there, 2 with the Viper, and Scorpions are on objective 1, and we have Linebreaker right here. Andrew also has Linebreaker. The total final score was 14-7. And hold on just a moment for the after game wrap. Alright, after game wrap up.
Hey, Hilda.
I really loved your army list this game.
Yeah, went for something fun. Went for something fast, themed. You know, not sort of wasting time with Terminators that are slow and stuff like that. Just easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
It was very close pretty much up until the end. I think the final score doesn't show how close it was up until the last two turns.
Yeah.
Up until then, I think we were about 1 point apart most of the time. Your unit of the match?
Unit of the match, jeez. Probably would have been my Soul Marines. I just got teamed up, just sort of not too far away from your scout, from your rangers.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
crossfire.
I'm going to go with my Vipers that ended up scoring me something like 8 points.
Points.
Over the course of the game. And, for a small game, the scout list like this worked out really well. Lots of infiltrators, and I used Illic for the first time. He wasn't great, but he's only 140 points, and I deep struck the Rangers, which would normally not be a good idea, but I wanted to do it for fun, and it was fun.
Yeah, no, it worked. They had, sort of a bit of mobile cover for him.
Yeah.
So we get through them to get to him in combat.
Yeah. Overall, good game.
Yeah, absolutely. Good game.
Thanks, guys.
Zoom in on the handshake.